I start recording. Here we go. Now we're recording. How's your day been, Miss Kathy? I hope well.
I'm working from home. It was going okay.
Okay, that's good to go. So, we always gonna go. Let me see. Let me get out of this. We're gonna go over exactly what I look at, and before we actually go into the charts, real quick, I always like to do that. Let me make sure I get out of some of this stuff. All right. So, can you see my chart?
Yes, I
Yep,
can.
you're good.
Okay. Let me see. I already know, that Mr. Tavion already probably he probably already iterates this all the time, but this the first thing I always look at. Always first thing in the morning. Even though I look at it the day before, I always look at it again the day of before I start looking at trades. Look at if I trade GBP USD, like tomorrow is USD. I look at what's going on inside of here. And 9 times, me personally, if it's some news, and if it's a red folder, I normally don't trade it because with my pair, I normally trade, it just doesn't work out the way I want it to work out majority of the time. So I leave it be. And that's the way I do it. Now, sometimes I look at it on the charts and it actually goes the way it wants to go. But, me personally, I don't like to take the chance. I'd rather wait when everything is free and clear, especially if I'm trading GBP, the pound USD, or anything GBP or something like that. So I look at that. Here's the second thing I look at. Let me pull it up. Here we go. It always does this on the thing sometimes. All right, let me go over here. And in the morning, I always look at this. Like my Asian session, it tells me the highs and lows, but I like to come over here to this price range over here. If you look at Bloomberg, I always look at the daily range, the 7899 and 3915, and that's what I do is I mark it up on my chart. Let me go over here. How you doing, Miss Shams? I hope everything's going well. So I go over here and I normally mark up. These are my reds. The highs and the lows. All right, those are my highs and my lows of the price range. And what I normally look at is when. Let me go back to Monday. Right. Let me zoom in on Monday. All right. So this is my rule of thumb. This is just my rule of thumb. All right. This is not anybody else's. All right. So when I look at in the morning, when it breaks out, I look at the highs right here. This could be normally this is yesterday's highs. And what I noticed with this pair, and it's same with the pound chef, is that when it breaks out, it doesn't normally, with my pair, it doesn't normally, let me see. Okay. Awesome, doing phenomenal. All right, and you just have to know your pair. All right, so it doesn't normally break out for 50 pips this way. What it does is, let me come over here. Let me delete this thing. All right. So what it does is, it ain't even let me delete this thing. All right, come on now. Don't act up right now. All right, here we go. And normally what it does is it touches this line and grabs, like basically marks, put people in. All right, I'm gonna just leave it there because this thing, there it is. All right, so what it does, it either hits pending orders, it'll hit pending orders, or it'll hit some stops, or it grabs liquidity, things like that, and then it'll head down. So remember, I always tell you, I've mentioned this before in the last classes, look at M's and W's. I also, with the London breakout, I look at M's and W's. But on Monday, is this Monday? No, this is not Monday. This was yesterday. So see how this long candle, all right, and it closed so high up above the Asian range. So me personally, I don't take this trade because I've noticed that this pair, what it does is it comes and hits this yesterday's high or the daily high, and it'll come back, it'll form an M and W, or it'll form consolidate, and then it'll end up coming back and touching the low of the Asian range. Now, normally what it normally does, sometimes what it does, it'll touch this Asian range, come back up, and it'll head down, or either it'll consolidate like it did. See, it came down, came up, and consolidated, and it's pretty much been consolidating. It'll consolidate all from New York, come back into the Asian range, And if you look at how it broke out so close to the lows of the day, all right, you see how it, like I said, again, you see how it closed beneath the low? What I'm saying right here, the low right here, but it's so close to me. This is not even 20 pips away from, you know, the low of the day or whatever. All right. So I left it alone. So what I would look for, M or W or V. And what it did was it formed a V and came back up and touched the and went back up towards the Asian high or the daily price range. All right. So it didn't actually touch the daily price range. It just came back up, retested a little bit, and then went sideways. And it's been going sideways back into the Asian range. All right. I hope that I'm making a little sense. So that's some things I look at. Let me go back and show you. Let me go back and show you again. And like if you look at today, let me see if it comes up. And if you look at today on the 15-minute chart, all right, you see how it broke out? This one broke out underneath, but my rule of thumb is I normally don't mess with it unless it comes out at least a pip to 5 pips outside the range. All right, if it's half a pip, I don't mess with it. And if you look at this one closed underneath the daily low, all right, so definitely wouldn't touch that because I know with this pair, it's not going to come underneath. It's going to touch underneath. It might touch some pending orders. Then it's going to come back up and go towards the daily high. All right, let me go over here and show you some let me go back. Let me show you some trades I would have took, or actually that I took last week. All right, let me see if I can. Here we go. So this is the Asian range right here. Let me just mark it up so you can see it better. Hopefully, let me know if I'm going too fast. Let me know if I'm going too fast. All right. So right here, this is the Asian range. So as we go, it might get bigger as we get closer to the 1 hour. All right. So you see the box is kind of consolidated, kind of tight, right? All right. It's kind of tight. That's what I look for. All right. Let me go to the 5-minute chart. That's what I kind of look for. All right. I look for that tight price range. All right. So if you look at it, it kind of marked it up right here. That's the thing about this this indicator. Let me make this yellow. See if I can make this yellow. I guess not. That's what I like about the indicator. It gives me the yesterday's price range, the highs and the low price ranges. All right. So this was yesterday's. All right. All right. Here we go. So let's go over here. All right. So you see, it's breaking out towards, and this is just, like I said, I'm gonna keep iterating. This is things I've seen with this pair. All right. If you see, it's going. It broke out a little bit. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's go. So you see, it broke out a little bit, but is this a strong candle I want to take? All right. It actually wick. I don't look at the wicks. All right. Oh, let me go. Let me bring this down some. Boom. So it actually didn't break out right here. My apologies. All right, boom, there we go. So this actually closed underneath. Now let's see how this goes. All right, see how far it is from the price range. This, I'm gonna tell you, this is why I would have took it. Now let's see if my premonition is correct. All right. So you can do a 2 ratio, or whatever the case may be, or you can do a 1-to-1. You can do a 20 pip stop loss, 13 pip stop loss. Is up to you. I've seen where I looked at people came up to the last candle. All right, so that's a 17 pip stop loss, but you got to look at your risk to reward. Then I've seen the way I've seen it where you make sure you do a 2 ratio. So if I did a 2 ratio, I would have came all the way down to the line right here. It would have been 34 pips. But normally I keep tight stops. Because I'm going 20 pips. All right, boom. See that? It hit. So that's what I look at. All right. So if it have broke out towards, let me see. If it have broke out towards this way, I don't take it. That's just me. So if it have broke out, came up this way to the top of to the highs, and it broke out this way, I don't even mess with it, because I noticed with this pair, what it does when you're trying to do the London breakout session or trying to do a quick scalp, what I call scalping, but because you're only going for 20 pips, It goes this way, and it hits pending orders. All right, I rarely seen this unless it's on the trend. Now, if it's already on the uptrend and it's been on the uptrend and it haven't hit three levels before it consolidate, then I know it's going to continue to go up. But if it's in consolidation, normally what it does, it comes here, hits the pending stops, the pending orders, not pending stops, hit the pending orders, and it'll come back down this way. But if you see it kind of consolidated a little bit inside the range, and the low of the day was down here. So I know if you look over here, it already hit the highs of the day right here in the Asian session, right? It already hit the highs, all right? Let me go over here and open this box up. It already hit the highs. So guess where it's got to go, all right? Now this strategy I've tested is about 54% accurate, all right? I did a lot of back testing over the past few months, all right, before I brought this out. And I just noticed that if it hits this price range in Asian, all right, guess where it's got to go back down to? It's got to go back down here, and it touched these stops down here. Now, after that, I noticed that it'll end up going sideways, or it'll continue on. So I get my 20 pips and I get out. All right. See how it didn't? See how it came back down? All right. It might have hit some pending orders, but it came back up. All right. Here we go. Boom. Came back up, retested, and came back down. Came back down here to my support line. All right. Boom. All right. Does that make a little sense? Make a little sense. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. All right. So let's go back to today. If you notice, I put in the group, I did not take any trades today. I did not take any trades today because it just didn't look right to me. All right. Yes. Cool. So it didn't look right to me at the beginning of the session. And around 4 or 5 o'clock, that's when it actually made a move. But I was already in the gym. So like I told Mr. Tavion earlier, I don't go with, if I don't see it in that time frame, because if you look at this, right here is 1 o'clock. It normally makes a move right here for me for London the session, a quick, the banks put all their orders in, boom, 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 makes it go up, makes it go down, whatever the case may be. And then you get into the 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock box. If it gets to here, me personally, I'm already doing what I have to do for the day. Anywhere from this box 2 to 6 o'clock box, I don't even mess with it no more because I'm doing PT or whatever the case may be. And normally, it's not going to give me the move that I want inside this box, inside this 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock box. So normally I'll come back to New York. And you see today, in New York session, didn't give us anything but consolidation. All right, so this is the biggest thing I want to touch on earlier because I did mention this to, I showed Mr. Tavion this. Boom. This was the GBP chef. All right. So, like I said, around 5 o'clock. So I wasn't looking at the charts then. So here's the case. All right. How it came up to the top of the Asian range, right? Broke out about a pip up. Then it broke out again. Did not take this trade because reason being is, look, from right here, 20 pips is way over this outside range. And I know right now it's not on the uptrend. All right, it's not in its 3 levels of rise, or if it was on the downtrend, it wouldn't be on its 3 levels of drop. All right, I know it's been in consolidation mode for a little while. All right, because 2 weeks ago it hit its 3 levels of drop, then hit its consolidation, and it's pretty much been in consolidation inside of this 60 pip box. So you've been kind of having to scalp it while it goes up and down. All right, but this right here is what I want to show you. If y'all can see this, right here, stay out of the market. All right, I'm gonna let you know, even if you seen it come down here, all right, you want it to come down and test this meat. Once it gets in this box right here, I want it to come and start testing and break out of this lower range. Because if that's where I'm looking for it to be bearish, all right, my support, all right. So I stay out of this. And if you look at it, it came out, flexed a little bit, and it was basically trying to get you to take a sale. And look what will happen. If you did a 20 pip stop loss, a 20 pip, what you call it? Guess what happened? Let's go to 5-minute chart. Let's see if we can see this. Let's go to 5-minute chart. Let's go to 5-minute chart. You got in right here. Boom, it automatically reversed on you. Boom, hit your stop loss, took you out in a matter of, let's see how fast you would have got out the market. And you'd have probably been upset. About an hour and 20 minutes, you would have left. Out 20 minutes, you'd have been out because you took this trade so close to the low of the day. All right. I don't mess with it if it's that close to the low of the day and it don't break outside this low of the day, looking bearish. And I got to look for the candle as well. And that's why I always come over here. So if you look at it broke out, if it broke out for me on the 5-minute chart, let's go to 15-minute chart and see what we see. Let's see what we see. Look at this long wick on the Hakanashi candle. I stay away from it. I stay away from it because this right here, I've been noticing it just hits pending orders. Hits pending sell orders, and it goes back up and hits your stop loss. Comes back down, might hit a pending sell order outside of here, a pending sell order, comes back, hits your stop loss. And that's all it did all day. So when you start to see this consolidation mode, stay away from it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's why I say the I notice some people, they do the 5-minute chart. I typically do the 15-minute chart. All right, here's the deal. This is what I said. This is what I do. The 15-minute chart, because of the simple fact is that 5-minute chart, to me, it gives you false hope sometimes, or false readings, should I say. Let me see. Here we go. It gives you false readings. That's what I do. I stay away from it. All right. Let me see right here. Yeah, of course. Drawing those trend lines at the beginning of the week definitely help. And the support and resistance lines. All right. Definitely support and resistance line. Let me see if I can. Let's check it out here right here. I don't even remember if I took this trade, but let's check this out right here. Let's go back here to the 15-minute chart. Let's see. 15-minute chart right here. And let's go back. I'm gonna erase some of this stuff so it don't start getting too cluttered. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, here's the Asian session box. Asian section box. Draw a trend line right here. I draw my trend lines, and then sometimes your trend line could actually be on top of the lows or yesterday's lows or whatever the case may be. All right, and then we go right here. Boom, it came up towards this way. So let me see, let me go one more candle. All right, boom, here you go. All right, so it's okay to wait. It's okay to wait for this to break out. Let me just mark this one because this one came pretty high. Let me mark this one up so I can remember where I put this one at when I go down the 5-minute chart. All right, boom, right here. It's okay to wait. See how far this went outside the box? All right. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I didn't take this trade, if I'm just looking at hindsight right now, I would have took the trade. All right. Also, even though this is this is another thing I'm gonna show you. Now remember, this is the average. This is kind of behind, and I'm gonna show you this. This is kind of behind, but normally sometimes it works for me. If I see GBP 6 bars, and this one bar, even though it's behind, even though it says it's updating, but I did some research, I realized that it's actually behind. So when you look at it, it's not actually how the current strength of it, but it's the average of what it's doing. So normally if I see this is a 6 bar to this 1 bar, that's another confluence for me, and it normally works. All right, let's go up right here. So we might be wrong. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, we were wrong on this one. All right. Sometimes it happens like that. All right. So it actually came up, teased us a little bit, and then it went down for a sell. And now what do we see here though? This is what I actually missed. Let me go ahead and mark this up. Let me see. Where's my brush? All right. What do we see right here before I mark this up? What do we see when we mark this up? This I know y'all see it, and I just missed it. Boom, there you go, right here. Let me mark this up. Definitely human. Let's see. Boom, boom. Take your time and look at this. All right. So this way you would have took it on the second. Where's my arrow? On the second leg of the M and W. All right, second leg of the M and W. All right, and then right here, go for your 20 pips. And what time is this? Yeah, this happened around 3 o'clock on what day? The 20. Oh, this on Friday. So yeah, I wouldn't have took this sale. This one on Friday. I don't trade on Friday, no way. But if you would have traded, definitely it would have faked me out. You know, like I said, this thing I've been testing is like 54% accurate. Definitely would have faked me out a little bit. But also, I think somebody else took it. Here's another thing. I'm gonna put. Actually, here's the crazy part. I think who put me onto this? Deasley. I think you put me onto this. This is crazy. Let me go over here and throw these in here. Now watch this. This is gonna mess with your head a little bit. So check this out. I forgot about this. I started using this too, and I appreciate Deasley. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So check this out right here. Right here. You see this 20 and this 50 moving average? See this 20 and 50 moving average? You can actually take this inside the range. And this is, let me see. Yeah. He definitely put me on to this one. I knew about the 20 and the 50, but I kind of left it alone. So check this out. Once you see the 20 cross over the 50, you take it inside the range. And if you look at this, instead of waiting until it comes outside the range, you actually got your 20 pips. Boom, right there. It actually hit your 20 pips. All right. So, and that's another good thing right there. I use it sometimes, but then I take it off because I don't be want my charts to be cluttered. Let me see. That's the M pattern. Let's go over here and look at it. Let's go over here and look at it again. On let's see. So right here, was this today? The 27th? Yeah, this was today actually. So if you actually in here, all right, if you notice the first part of the London session on the 5-minute chart, you can go to 1 minute, but the 1 minute be messing with my head. All right. But if you look at around 3 o'clock, 3:45, guess what happens? Guess what it does? The 20 moving average comes down. Oh yeah. So let me go over here and show you just a little bit too. This is another good confluence too. So if you look right here, it crosses back over, right? For a sale. All right, you could catch this sale right here, going back down to the box and the 2 to 4 6 to the 2 to 6 box. Boom. You can catch these things, man. These is quick like scalps, 35-minute to a minute to an hour chart scalps. All right, but I use this for a confluence as well too sometimes. Like this one right here, I definitely didn't take this one because it didn't feel right to me with all these inconsistent chart bars, and it was so close up here. All right, and then you see it crossing back over. You can, for quick scalps, you know, you just have to, me personally, I play a rule of thumb. I have to look at the currency strength and if there's any news, and then if it's still inside this range. But it came up, I noticed it came up and hit here, right here. But look at these candles right here, boom. These two candles right here, you know, if it's right here is where I would have took, you can take another sale up here. This is 20 pips right here, this candle right here, another 20 pips right here, all right? Or you could have waited till it crossed back under, all right? Right here, boom, right here, another one. And then I would have been out the market because now, if you look at it, it's not really giving you that clear, concise. It's not giving you any candles that's showing you that it's going on an uptrend or a downtrend. It's all consolidating. All right, let me go to 15-minute chart. All consolidating. Let me get this out of here. All right. All consolidating. All right. So does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Let me get my 50 moving average out of there. All right. So also, if you look at it, let me go back over here. GBP USD and GBP Chef are the two pairs that I trade. The reason right now, Chef, the reason I do that because GBP Chef is just not looking good right now. It's doing a lot of fake outs and it's going sideways, and I don't like messing with a market that's sideways. But I'm going to tell you this: GBP US, the British pound, all right, has low spreads. With my broker, I have a low spread. Like in the morning, when I take a trade for pound dollar, for the pound dollar, it has low spreads, like 6 to 8 pip spreads. When pound Chef, 23 pip spreads. That's not what you want when you're trying to get 23 pips, right? That's not what you want. So start looking at GBP, British pound. Start looking at British pound. Yeah, not British pound. Pound dollar. I'm sorry, pound dollar. All right. So we're gonna go over there. Just remember, if it's at the high today, if you see it busting out at the high today, don't mess with it. Wait till it come for wait for it come to breakout, or either come back up and form an M, 3 levels of drop, come down to the lows, boom, it goes back in consolidation, comes back up, hits that little level of drop, it's inside, level of drop, boom, hits the down, forms a V, MWs of Vs, boom, V, V, sideways, right? Sideways, all right? Too easy, right? Too easy, all right? Just remember that you can go to Bloomberg, and you can look at the highs and the lows. Really, you want to look at the highs and lows when the Asian session is when it's basically over with. That's when it's gonna tell you the highs and the lows basically. And then you look at the previous close, and then you can also sometimes I look at the week, the 52-week range. All right, for the Chef, and then that is. Let me go back to the chart. That is the gist of everything I got. If y'all have any questions, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. But right now, the British pound this week is looking pretty promising. I'm not going to tell you that I'm not going to trade pound Chef, but if it continues in this, I'm just going to honestly, if pound dollar is giving me some good love, showing me some good love, I am going to stay out of this. I'm going to stay out of it. There's no reason to jump and force a trade. Don't force a trade. All right, don't force a trade. If you don't see it, leave it alone. Come back the next day or look at it again at the New York Open. All right, don't force a trade because you don't see. If you don't see a London breakout, they don't happen every day. I think Deasley caught one on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. He did catch one on Monday, and I think that's for pound Chef. That's been the only breakout that we've actually seen, unless you caught this breakout right here. And it was this, no, that was last week. I'm sorry. Have you caught, where was it at? I think this breakout right here though. Yeah. Okay, bet. All right, so cool. So other than that, this pair has been acting ugly with us. So these the two pairs I kind of go back and forth to. And let me get this mess out of here. All right, these are the two pairs. It's been kind of showing us some love. This pair right here has been showing a lot of love. A lot of love. All right, let me go over here. And it looked like it's kind of, oh, I'm running out of time. Kind of going sideways as well a little bit, but you can still catch, for 20 pips, you can still catch a couple scalps inside of here the way it's looking. So tomorrow I'll be up on here again like clockwork. I'm probably gonna be I'm gonna look at both pairs and then we'll go from there. Y'all have any questions? I didn't trade yesterday. Oh, okay. I took the trade out of on the 21st. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'll be looking for you, and I'll be looking for a couple other people on there at 1 o'clock to catch these 20 pips, and then we're done for the day. All right. Also, I just want to throw something out there. If you don't want to trade your, while you're still doing demo and you feel like you're confident enough and you don't have the capital, you can look at prop traders. I do that as well. I make money off of that too. FTMO is one, and there's a couple other pairs out there where you can actually trade somebody else's currency and make some profit as well. If you don't have the type of currency that, you don't have the currency to just, that the capital to start off with. So that's just something to look at into once you become very consistent with the market, to look at prop trading, trade with other people's money and make money that way as well. FTMO is one because that's the one I use. All right. Other than that, if you guys don't have anything, y'all have a blessed night, and I will see y'all on the charts in the morning. All right. All right. All right. Also, yep. Also, be careful with the rest of the week trading. Big news on certain pairs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. USD especially. So I'm not gonna lie to you. If things ain't looking right, I might just call it quits. I ain't gonna call it quits. I'm gonna just call it quits on trade and just go back to studying until the market shows me something next week. But just do be careful. Do be careful. Don't want to lose your money jumping in the wrong trade. All right. Other than that, what you mean? What's the thing? What do you mean? What's the prop trading? Just Google FTMO or prop trading. I think it's called prop. Y'all can unmute your mic. I think Miss Taylor, it's called prop trading, right? Prop companies. They basically companies that fund that you go through a challenge, and once you pass the challenge, you get approved to trade a certain amount of capital of their money, and then you basically they split it. You might be a 70-30 or something like that, but you split once you make the money from trading and you're profitable, then they'll split the money basically with you at a certain percentage.
Yeah, basically you basically summed it up. Hold on, Preston, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, no, basically you summed it up. Plus it's also a good like certification to say, like, defining you as like a trader and whatnot. So it's good for it's good for building up your personal portfolio and whatnot. Absolutely not mandatory at all, but no, it's really good. And yeah, but no, it's good. It's nice. I actually do plan on taking one.
No, you do not have to do that, but I do it because I'm like, why not make extra profit, if I'm going to do it that way. But other than that, I'm glad you guys showed up. I appreciate the love. That's for damn sure. Damn sure. But I'm about to go get my workout in. I will see y'all in the morning. If I don't see nothing, I will post it. If I do see something, I will be like, hey, now is the right time. I don't call out signals, but I might say, hey, this is something to look at, because I like to, I don't like to feed you. I like to show you how to fish, and then we'll go from there. All right. Other than that, I did record this, so we can go ahead on. I'm going to go ahead and share this. All right. Y'all have a blessed night.